No, even worse this time. Not well, he probably put those out there too, but this time he dumped used oil from his generator um out on the side of a freeway overpass, and that's why the Department of Environmental Services and the health department are listed there. And if anybody wants to visit the video without having to give him having to have on Facebook, go to Fanatic Wolf and you can see all of his videos, courtesy of one of our favorite trolls. Hold on, let me get this all set up. And I'm trying to figure out how to do something, but I don't think it's going to work because I don't have two monitors. So, so the Department of Environmental Services is going to get a phone call tomorrow. The health department is going to get a phone call tomorrow. Um, and some people might say, well, what is it any business of mine? My daughter lives in Texas. And furthermore, you're dumping hazardous waste just at your whim because we know if you're going to throw nasty, dirty, shitty bags of used adult diapers that he is going to dump the oil out in the grass. Elbows up to his nasty, disgusting, pathetic. I am so pissed right now. You don't even know. If these departments weren't shut down already, I'd be on the call right now. Yeah, you don't mess with Texas. I mean, it doesn't really matter that he's in Texas. It wouldn't matter what state. I still have a problem with that because I used to be on crews that we did hazardous waste cleanup, and you know there is a reason why you don't dump used oil. And and I got to looking on the city of El Paso's website, and they have co- uh, community dump sites where you can go dump things for free. But he's too fucking lazy. Oh, yeah, hey, Flower. Aloha, everybody. No. Yeah, he could have done that, Joseph, but you think he's going to do that? No. That's why he was parked where he was parked. And you're right. He's probably going to leave that shitty box there too. And I hope and pray that somebody steals that generator. And poor little Elbow, he left the cold, and it's going to be cold tonight. Boo 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 hoo. I hope you freeze your fucking ass off. I'm pissed. Yeah, exactly, Joseph. That's why I know that he's gonna do that. That generator's probably leaking oil the whole time. And the way it sounded, uh, he probably ran it low on oil at one point or another because a generator that small should not sound that loud. Uh, he's such a pig. Such a pig. How do you get so far in life being such a douchebag? Hey, Leanie, aloha. Well, yeah, the Key West. I'm not sure about that one, but I actually had people send me pictures, and Kitten Cat knows that they sent me direct pictures and video of him dumping his nasty used diapers out in a ditch. He couldn't walk the 20 feet to a garbage can that was in the parking lot that he was parked in. Oh, no, 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 he couldn't do that. And it's like, "How do you know that was mine?" Because it's sitting in the same spot you put them all the time when you and here's another one. "I've had such bad diarrhea." And you know where those bags are going, anywhere he wants to throw them. Okay, whatever. But he amazes me how self-centered and egotistical that he is, that he only thinks of himself. He could give a shit and care less about anyone else. Case in point, sitting at the restaurant, blowing his nasty nose in a napkin, putting the napkin on a plate, and the server take it away, knowing all well that he's positive that he can transmit the COVID. Hey, Kobe John. Aloha. It's just, it boggles my mind. But then again, it doesn't, because that's how he's been his entire life. Let somebody else clean up his mess. Oh, you know, Mr. X will clean up his mess. Oh, whoever else will clean up his mess. You know, it's disgusting. You can't strike a Facebook stream. No. And I'm not doing it anyway. And good luck finding who is doing it. Yeah, he's on Facebook under what is it? I don't even know. Because I just wait for Fanatic Wolf to put up a video. I will refuse to give him a view on Facebook. Not only that, when it's restreamed on YouTube, I can fast forward it so I don't have to spend so much time listening to his dumbass. Let me see. I so the this is where you can find it. All right, now why is that doing that? You don't want to do that. Oh, I'm sorry. Here. So that's where you find the channel for his Facebook videos. He dumped used motor oil out on the ground. Um, because he's a pig. And he probably has been throwing his nasty Walmart bags because he admitted that he had diarrhea. And it's like, okay, we saw what you did in Wisconsin, so you're not going to change. So we know you throw those bags out for whoever else it's problem. Once it's out of your hand, it's not your problem anymore. Yep, environmental hazards. That's right. So El Paso. So I'm gonna put these up here. There's the phone number to the El Paso Environmental Services. Hey, Stitching Girl, aloha. No, you can't fix stupid, but you could knock him in the head and try. It won't do much good, but at least the person wielding the stick would be happy. And then and that's for the Department of Health. And trust and believe that I will definitely be making a call in the morning. Um, he's going to stick out like a sore thumb. We already know what area he's in. He's a creature of habit. Uh, so, and then the next one is to maybe alert Planet Fitness. But I was actually quite surprised how many Planet Fitness gyms there are in El Paso. And then they're not that far apart, stretched, out. And they're mostly in the core of the city. Yeah, he depends on everybody else. He breaks down. Mr. X, Mr. X, I broke down. What do I do? What do I do? Yeah, and he was dogging me for putting money into my car. Well, there is a reason for that, Elbo, because I've had it since it was new and I've kept the maintenance up on it. And I don't want to buy a new car when I can only go 200 miles by the time I have to turn back and head it home. There's no point in me having a new car on this island. It's ridiculous. And not only that, the prices of cars when they can get them here are 10 to 20% higher than they were 2 years ago when this whole bullshit started. Sorry, but it's what it is. It's absolute bullshit. Yeah, I did, Joseph. Yes. And I've been doing my homework. Why? Because I have free time and, you know, inquiring minds want to know. He's in El Paso. And he was boo-hooing and bitching because it's going to get cold tonight. Well, you're going to have to turn a generator on. Well, good luck sleeping through that one. You'll probably get kicked out of any parking lot you go to. And if you stay where you changed your oil and threw it out in the dirt, you stick out like a sore thumb. No, I don't wanna pay anybody else's. Hey, Steve, aloha. I don't wanna pay anybody else's car. I wanna keep mine. I've had it since it's brand new. I've never abused it. I've always kept the maintenance up on it. And it just so happened last year was a big maintenance year. And now I haven't had a car repair, which is like, knock on wood, you know, for for quite a while now. But big plans in the process. Um, my brother sent me a care package today, from when they were in the UK. his care package consisted of, and even said, "I don't think your doctor is going to approve of this, but I thought you might like it." And it is a whole box full of, let's see, Bounty bars that are supposed to be like mounds, um, Cadbury Crunchies, ooh, yum, truffles, more truffles, um, malt balls, um, fruit and nut Cadbury, and a huge, like, oh my God, how much is this, like 2 pounds? Oh, they don't have pounds there, they have grams. So it's like a pound of chocolate. So everything in here was chocolate. It's like great. um, but also with that, he sent me a letter that not in 22, but in 23, we're going to do a big uh family reunion here on the island. Um, he, he said he can probably cover everybody's flights because he's got literally millions of frequent flyer miles. They go back and forth from South Carolina to the UK. Well, let's see, they were in South Carolina for Christmas, they were in the UK for New Year's, and now they're back in South Carolina because his wife is British. So, and there's another grandbaby on the way. Yeah, I know. It's like I want to tell Nicole, Nicole, look what I got. Look what I got. I'm gonna have to share it with some people because um, that's an awful lot. I mean, when I picked the box up, it was like we was shaking in it. It's like, oh, what did he send me now? So, and I'm trying to lure my get my son here. I actually am dangling a deep sea fishing trip for an incentive for him to come to see me. Assyrian Nomad. Yep, that's it. Thank you. Gerald, on the Maverick, they've stopped production. Um, the whole the whole line is stopped, and I don't know why. I just saw the headline and when I was waiting for an appointment today, and thought, oh, I got to go back and look and see what it is. But no, they completely halted any manufacturing of that. And I talked to the dealer down here, and I said, "Oh, I want the base model. Um, that it says it's $19,995." And he goes, "Oh, we don't have those. You probably won't find one of those." I said, "Well, that's false advertising." Um, and I'm kind of thinking they're gonna revamp that and start all over with a higher base price because I can't see that vehicle going out below $20,000. It just doesn't make sense. And it didn't make sense when they had it out there, but um they named their cars. Some of the names is like that was a clunker. Why do you want to name another car after something that was a total piece of shit? I mean, I had a Maverick. Oh my God, and it was gas house green. It was fluorescent green, four door. And that car, what a piece of junk it was. Nah, we're not a Vegas kind of a family. We're more stick your toes in the sand and I can get a condo. A lot of my friends have them here that they Airbnb them. And I'm thinking the one that we did a couple years ago, a bunch of us girls got together and had a girls' weekend and had the it was a 5 bedroom with a pool across the street from the beach. and it was great. Hold on. Let me let me sit back here so I can see what I'm doing. All right. Let me go back up here. All right. Oh, there's a new Batman. Gee, I. Hey, hey, come here, come here. Stop that barking. There's nobody there. Scare the crap out of me, little toad. Well, speaking of flying, um, because I have a certain health plan, they have the big hospital over on Oahu, and I need to have a CT scan done. But they want to fly me over there, and it's like, Doc, I don't want to be in a flying garbage can where everybody is sick. I don't want to do that. And she said, well, that's the only way we can do. We can't approve it any other way. So I was like, dang, I really don't want to fly right now. Um, I mean, I would fly the little commuter plane that they have, the little prop plane. But to get in like Aloha Air or Aloha Air or you know Delta or any of those, I just don't want to do it because it's one over there and get it done and then come back. And it's like I saw the trailer for what was it this morning? It was a new like space one where they're up on the space station and some entity um attacks them. And I'm not sure what the name of it was. I think it's just called Space or something like that. But I have a hard time sitting through movies. I just if it's not, you know, jam packed full of action, I get bored with it. I don't even, I think the last movie I went and saw, gosh, I don't even remember. Maybe it was the Elton John movie. Um, I don't even remember. Let me see. Well, I'm gonna keep this short because I just had a long day today. No beach time. I was kind of bummed. Yeah, I do that too, Stitching Girl. I mean, I've got Netflix and I've got um on demand. So, oh, so it's really early. Oh, wow. Well, if you're gonna do it perfect, you know? Well, we had the first of the year, they sent us, I think it was 500. Stop it. Stop it. 500 stop. What are they FEMA nurses because all our nurses here were out sick. And that's why I actually went into Safeway today, and they're still a little sparse in some places, but the produce was back stocked. The meat, I didn't even go buy the meat because I'm trying not to eat any. I'm basically going vegetarian again. Um, and one of the things that I talked to somebody about, they said, well, there is a changeover from California produce to Peru and Chile because we have different. They're summer now and we're winter, so and then it switches back. Um, where was I going with this again? Uh, okay, brain fart. Stop! Why are you trying to bite me? $18 a pound? Hell, I got the pigs in the backyard. I'll go shoot a couple of our pigs here and go take them to the slaughterhouse. Jeez. We got chicken on the hoof too. My yard has gotten overrun by the chickens again because my neighbor decides they want to feed them. Yeah, I get that, Flower, but it's just, and the problem is we can vaccinate all our residents, but because we're such a tourist driven economy, and they really don't have any restrictions right now. I think you have to have a negative test within 72 hours of arrival, but that's it. See, I don't eat a lot of bacon. I don't eat. I'm weird. I like fish here because it's fresh, um, and we have a fairly good local grown um, lot of lettuce. Um, Pineapples are grown here, of course. Um, yeah, Stitchy Girl. I get the bacon crumbles at Costco because I'll put those like in omelets, and I don't have to cook it; it's already cooked. Um, Omelets like tonight, I had a stuffed portobello mushroom, and if I would have thought about it, I would have thrown some in with it, but it was already cooked before I thought about it. Um, but yeah, those a big portobello, that's like a big slab of meat to me. It's kind of got the same texture, um, but well, that's just it, Flower. We know that we're vaxxed and we know that we're safe. It's everybody else that you got to worry about. And unfortunately, there are idiots, Elbow being one of them, who gets sick, gets a positive, but still goes out among the public. He doesn't wear a mask because they don't. You don't have to in Texas. I mean, he's not social distancing. Shit, he sat there at the what the J and L or L and J cantina where we found out where he was at. Um, you know, Getting everybody else sick. And Texas, they're like their own little micro world. It's weird. I don't know. I just tell my daughter, just wear a mask and because she's had it twice now. She got it back in October, just before Halloween, and um, then and it was bad. She was sick a couple of nights, but they got the antibodies within a couple of days of testing positive because they had home tests, and then she got a milder case at Christmas. Um, but she had to take 10 days off work, you know, and now she has to wait another, well, it's 90 days, but now she's got 60 to go. But she works with the public, and that's tough. And I just hold my breath every time the phone rings, thinking, "Oh, please be okay, please be okay." I saw that, Leanie, and he was boo-hooing last night because, "Oh, look at that sign. Oh, isn't that sweet? Isn't that sign sweet?" It's like, dude, it's an abandoned street. What's cool and sweet about it? You're pathetic. And you know what? You live lonely and you're gonna die lonely. I actually said, well, you can wave to your girlfriend across the border. Thanks, Kev. Because he dumped used motor oil out on the ground. And actually, I think there was a drainage right there. I'll have to go back and look. But he's just being his disgusting, pitiful self. That and bitching about the box that Rosie, built for him. He probably left that out there too. Take his license plate off of it and probably left it where he dumped the oil too. Because he's not going to put it back on there. What's the point? It's completely falling apart. Oh, hey tears, aloha. Just the elbow is a disgusting mess. Um, Dumping used motor oil out on the ground, and probably throwing his nasty, shitty diapers out at the same time. But I put a couple of numbers at the beginning of the stream, and kind of in the middle of it, for the El Paso Health Department and the El Paso Environmental Services, because to me that's almost worse than throwing your nasty, shitty diapers out. Oh, I know he did. I know he did. You could see it on the ground already. It was leaking all over his, special built box. Yeah, I actually, Flower, one of my friends who comes over to help her aunt over here, um, she lives in St. Louis, and she moved her trip up 2 days. She was supposed to leave today and get here tonight. She switched it and left Monday night and got here Tuesday morning because of the weather. And she was showing me that the kids were out playing in the snow and everything. And I said, well, you made a good choice, coming early. She said, oh, yeah, this was going to be a big one. So, well, we can only hope that he's freezing his poor little ass off. That's it, kitten cat. I'm doing it. It's one thing to be a nasty, filthy person. It's another thing to infect the environment. And he pollutes anywhere he goes. If it's not his nasty Walmart bags, then it's, you know, nasty Walmart bags. Well, we can only hope somebody. He can't put the cover back on; it fell apart, and he can't really lock it down because the whole bottom of it was, you know. Yep, Robert. Always has been, always will be. That's why he's gonna die a lonely old man. Well, probably not old, but a lonely man that has to pay for any attention from another human being. And I hope last night he waved to his girlfriend across the border because it sounded like he didn't want to go back. It sounded like he got a little hairy over there yesterday or whenever he did the last one. Hey, Sapphire, aloha. Well, that's true, Sergeant. That's, yeah, there's that too. But I just think the city of El Paso should know what a disgusting human being he is. And I can send him proof, you know. Um, well, he should have thought of that before he decided to go down there. And let's see, he said he had, when he left Chicago, he said he had $3,500. So let's crunch some numbers here. So it probably cost him $400 in gas to get down there, and then probably another $200 in meals on the way. So there's what, $500-600 right there. Then because he doesn't cook, it's not that he can't, he just doesn't. Um, Eating out all the time, there's some change right there. Oh, and then his cheap hookers, there's that. Oh, yeah, and $300 on the breakdown. Yep, yep, yep. Then he bitched about having to pay that much. And if he had knew anything about mechanics, all he needed was probably a wrench and a socket. I'm thinking because if it was that filter in between the tank, the body filter, that he paid somebody $300 to replace that. Good God, you paid $250 too much. Well, he had the virus down there, and he went into restaurants and things knowing that he was positive. And that's another thing that pisses me off. Well, it should be the sleet and snow and brutal in Texas. Well, he's out in the elements. He lives on the streets. I know my daughter lives in Texas. That's part of what scares me too, and that's why I'm so pissed off. That's absolutely correct, Kev. He can't drive in snow. Are you kidding? He's terrified of driving in, even in the rain. He doesn't like driving in the rain. He's a big coward. He won't go more than 55, 54 miles an hour. Of course, that thing probably wouldn't go much more than that unless you had a tailwind. Well, unfortunately, most Governmental agencies in the United States are corrupt. I know. I used to work for one, and I saw it firsthand. No, he's crossing by foot, but that leaves his van unattended. You know what I mean? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And then if he starts flashing cash like he did and going across the border, I thought it said that he was in Facebook jail. But if Chris Diamond is in jail, hmm, interesting. I know at the last, the right at the end of his last, I don't even want to call it stream, bitch fest, his phone rang and it was Elaine or Ellen or whoever she is. And he wants to be a, it was so funny when Narsa was describing what an idiot he was, you know, trying to do lean back in the chair and drive with one hand. It's like, dude, you're not driving a Honda. You're driving a big rig. And it's an automatic. Go figure. If he had to drive a stick, there's no way. Um, your guess is as good as mine, Tears. I don't know. Well, BlackRock, there you go. And we know where he is too. He told on himself. He showed he showed his cards and we caught him, you know, because he's not far from a Walmart. It's not far from Planet Fitness, and it's not far from the border crossing because he's too cheap to go anywhere because that's now his comfort zone. Oh shit. I'm sorry to hear that. Dang. Oh, I could do that. Yeah. Well, not can say it's trolls all he wants. You know, he's the one that put the video out there. How can he deny it? Yeah, get better, man. That's if you're in a hospital, man, prayers to you. Love and light. And see, that's he doesn't. He doesn't. He doesn't keep up on stuff in the news because he would rather listen to these what uh these men, not Mensa, far from that, but these MGTOW. Well, that's all right, Cobra John. That's all I've ever driven. I mean, I've said this before that I learned how to drive a logging truck before I ever learned how to drive a car. So there's that too. And that back in the day, that's back in the 70s, and we were bringing a load of pumpkins down off the farm. And my dad says, "Here, you drive." No. Yeah, you're gonna drive. Okay. So that was my introduction, and I was taught the right way from a truck driver. So, there's that. I hope so, Tears. I hope this is the worst year that he's ever had on the road, because it's kind of starting out that way. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, my kids they got the antiviral after they tested, um, but they were able to stay home and do it, or they went to the clinic or the hospital had it done, the infusion, and they were able to go home. But my ex ended up back in the hospital again. Um, I guess it's been 2 weeks now. Um, he has leukemia, and he had a GI bleed, so that was kind of tough. I My daughter has learned to wait until it's at least 6 a.m. here before she calls me anymore. So, well, I here's my thought on that. Tears is, we've all been waiting for the train wreck, and that's why we watch that, and because he is a train wreck, and you know, we when we want to look at stupidity, his picture's in the dictionary. Um, yeah, he is a deviant. He's a disgusting human being. He adds nothing to our society. He only takes. And if he thinks that's attractive, it's not. It's disgusting. Um, I mean, what alpha male has to pay for sex? I mean, really, he'd be better off getting a $20 whore in the alley of Walmart or something instead of going across the border. But he's too cheap. Oh yeah, that takes down the swelling, I bet. Sapphire, yeah, pretty much. I mean, you know, and any man who has to try to convince people that he's an alpha male is not. Is not. A man who has to attack women is not an alpha male. Now, I might be an alpha female and I don't take his shit. He could throw anything at me and it ain't gonna stick. So yeah, he exactly. Black Rock, that um yeah, he's down in the thick of things, and he has absolutely no street smarts whatsoever. It's amazing that he's lived as long as he has on the streets. Because let's face it, he is homeless. Because a home has a toilet and a shower and a kitchen that you can use. And you don't have to start it up and move it because you don't like somebody parking next to you. That's not a home. I remember going through El Paso when I was coming back from North Carolina. And when you go up I-10 and there's like a little grade there, and you come up over and you can see over into what is it? Juarez. And the difference between the right hand lane or the right hand side, the north side, and the south side, I'd never seen any type of housing like that before, where they were basically just tin roofs upon tin roof upon tin roof. Basically not much more than a storage shed as houses. Um, that's when the reality of being an American will hit you, and that we have pretty easy lives as compared to somebody in Mexico. And those people, when they want to come here, it's like, yeah, I don't blame you, but they got to do it the right way. Well, yeah, and Flower, then when he gets in trouble, oh, pray for me, I'm sick, pray for my mom. You're the one who got your mom sick, you dumbass. If you look at the dates, he's the one who gave his mom COVID went before he left. Yeah, it is bad, Joseph. It is. I'm blessed for where I live. I would too, and I did for his mother. But you know, being that he's the only son, um, but he's out chasing tail. He's out chasing cheap hookers in Mexico when he should be, especially without having a job or anything else. You know, making sure that she has the things that she needs and not leave it up to his sisters. But I guess when his dad died, there wasn't another male figure in the family. Well, there is one exception, but we won't mention her. Oh yeah, those winter gas bill or winter gas bills. No, no, no. Well, and Tears, he lost his edge where he can say, I'm a YouTuber. Um, give me a meal and I'll give you a good review. He doesn't have that anymore because he doesn't have a YouTube channel anymore. Well, he has one. He just hasn't gone and made any videos on it. But as soon as he does, we got the number. So, there's that. Well, Tears, he's a king with no kingdom, and he's hung like a tuna can. Yes, folks, I said it. Hung like a tuna can. 325. Gosh, that's what I pay in rent here. And that's another reason why I don't want a new vehicle, because I would end up paying more for my car payment than I pay in rent. Yeah, but that means he has to walk to get his meal, you know. And let's face it, one 100 yards and he's already bitching. My back hurts. I need a back brace. No, it's not your back. It's your gut. And furthermore, the oh, this is a good one. Um, the jean jacket he bought, the 5X. Ow! Why? No, the sleeves were so long that he had to roll them up, and they were still too long. And I'm sorry, but that jacket looked like it had already been thrown out on the road and trampled by a herd of longhorns. Well, he doesn't like responsibility. He has none. Yes, he is, Kev. And what did we count? 13, 12 now? 13? Is he working on a baker's dozen? Oh, there is no donations anymore. Unless they PayPal. And who would PayPal him? Because then he has your personal information. Uh, duh. Oh, and Mr. X, if you're watching, because I kind of know you are, or Elbo, if you're watching, I can't say it. I gotta hold my tongue. He's your problem. You 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 made him into the monster he is, Mr. X. He's your problem now. Because you're the only one he'll ever call when he's in a jam. Oh, I'm on the side of the road. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Well, not just VD, but every little. Okay, here's the scenario. Just think this. You live in a van that you've torn out the toilet. Okay, you're so big that you can barely get around the dinette anymore because obviously he's gained weight. He can't fit in his little pretty lady suits anymore. 10? All right. And you have COVID. And what comes with COVID? Not just cough and runny nose and everything. But there's one symptom and one thing that diarrhea. Yeah, I said it. Can you imagine being in that van with no toilet and you're so big that you can't even squat in front of the refrigerator or whatever? Hopefully, you aim for the bag, okay? And you have to do this over and over again. That to me would be the clue that this life is shit. Literally shit. Oh, I don't know. I have no clue where. Somebody said that he got real sick or something. I don't know. But he's another one who made the monster. Oh, Sergeant, I yeah, and the mold. So can you imagine the petri dish of funk that is that van? It's a good thing you put that rubber floor in, because I guess you could just hose it out. You know, ew, disgusting. Yeah, pretty much, Cobra John. Pretty much. All right. Well, I've been on here for an hour. I think I've hit every point that I wanted to. Um, and Elbow, be ready for a knock on your door. The health department, environmental services, because if you don't have that oil, that used oil in your van, you dumped it somewhere. So there's that. And I have, and you're the fool who provides us video evidence of such disgustingness that you are. So the only one you can blame when people make calls is yourself. You know what I mean? All right, everybody. Have a great rest of the week. Um, Stay safe. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. And watch out for flying bags with diapers in them. Oh, I had to do that. I had to say that. All right, folks. Aloha.